shout out to one of our newest supporting sponsors here at the Aired Out Podcast, Spencer's Smoke Shop, right here, North Main Street in Barrie. Is the 420 celebration still going on? Many would say yes. Stop over today. They're open all day long. Spencer's Smoke Shop. Gosh, a lot to get to this morning. Want to first off say good morning to you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing your morning with me. Thanks for getting it started. It is Wednesday. It is April 29th. And you do know, you do remember that April is Autism Awareness Month. I always keep this close by because this is one of my most favorite shirts. Actually, it lives most of the time in my truck, but sometimes makes its way into the studio. Big fan of the Imagination Station right here in Barrie on Summer Street, all part of Washington County Mental Health's Wellness Building. The hub of all good things here in Barrie, I say anyway. Lots to get to this morning, lots to talk about. Deb Phillips is going to be joining us here in just a second. Whew, wow. Listen, I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again. If you have something going on this summer, if it's a party, if it's a celebration, an event, a backyard barbecue, a family reunion, whatever it is, get in touch with Real Bounce right here in Central Vermont, realbounce.com for any summer gathering, no matter what it is. Bounce houses, giant water slides, inflatables, photo booths, they do it all. They do weddings, they do, you name it. Real Bounce. Can't guarantee that if you're an older guy like me, you're not going to throw out a hip on one of the water slides or bouncy houses, but I do guarantee that if you do, you're going to have a lot of fun doing it. Fly on the Wall Productions bringing you the Aired Out Podcast. Sweethearts and Heroes Day today on Wednesday. I don't know about you. I just love the fact that Wednesday is upon us. I love hump day. I love the middle of the week. If the first half was kind of crappy, you got a clean slate today. We're going to be bringing you a lot of positive podcasting here this morning. Deb Phillips from The World. Every Wednesday, she joins up with us. We talk about what's coming out in the world today. The paper is on. Is it still warm, Deb?
It did just come off the truck and they are out there delivering it. So, yeah, the ink isn't quite dry.
Yeah,
So,
right. I love it. I love it. As I said, I think I may have said to you last week, lately I've been running like a half a world behind. I'm getting through about half before the next one comes out. So I do have some homework to do. I got some catching up to do, but there's some great reads in there. Great stuff. Last week was, so far, what I've read anyway is amazing. You guys are so dialed into the community, Deb.
yeah, oh, yeah, definitely.
Tell me what we can expect today.
Well, we're continuing with our Shop Where You Live promotion where we feature one of 10 local businesses each week. The featured advertiser this week is Bragg Farm in East Montpelier for maple creamies, maple syrup, and lots of gift ideas. Visit Bragg Farm. And we also have lots of gift ideas for Mother's Day, which is coming up on May 10th. All local businesses, of course, the flowers, hanging plants, and lots of other gift ideas for the mom, or taking mom out to lunch, or on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And then we have our May coupons are in, starting for May 1st, especially for child changeovers, which I know lots of people are doing right now.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have on the cover is this weekend is Montpelier May Fest. Lots of fun things going on for this weekend. the farmers market, the green up day, all species day, all kinds of good stuff that are going on.
Yeah. I'll be up tomorrow morning live with Kate Alberghini
Oh,
from
good.
Green Up Day. So,
Yeah.
and I
Oh, yeah.
understand John Rogers, our lieutenant governor, is going to be in town as well. So, yeah, hopefully get both of them on the microphone.
Oh,
Good stuff.
yeah, definitely good stuff. I agree. Uh, and then we also have, the Barry Rotary Club is doing a spring clothing drop and swap coming up. Saturday, May 16th is the drop, and Sunday, May 17th is the swap. So that'll be a lot of fun.
I'm putting that on my calendar right now. Not that I need to remember or anything because I'm going to have the world in my hand here in a matter of an hour or so.
Yeah.
Anything else that you could think of, Deb?
Well, Nelson Ace Hardware is doing an adoption event and a barbecue cookout on what day? It's Saturday, May 9th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There'll be pets available from Potter's Angel Rescue, dogs available for adoption.
Yep.
And then people can enter to win a Yeti cooler or $100 Nelson Ace gift certificate. That'll be a really wealth worth cause.
So the Traeger grills will be fired up and running. And, the thing about Bob Nelson, really all of the employees over there at Nelson's, they just love dogs.
Oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Yes.
They,
They're
I
his
mean,
favorite customers.
I know. And they don't really talk back. But here's the thing. I know that they ask, if you do bring a dog into Nelson's, obviously I think it goes without saying, make sure you got a leash going. But that's cool. So that's in today's paper too, huh, Deb?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Good
So
stuff.
that's an exciting event coming up.
Yeah. Anything else you can think of?
I think we do have some real estate listings in this week,
Okay.
and then we also are continuing with our America 250 glimpses of the Vermont's past.
Yes.
And that's this week is highlighting Joseph Smith and the early Mormons.
Yeah.
We have the Joseph Smith Memorial not far from us down, I believe, in like South Royalton.
Yeah, it is.
So that's a good connection to this area.
Just minutes off, exit 3 or 4. But I get there during the lights during Christmas, but I tend to forget about it the other times of the year, and it's so beautiful to go during the spring and summer.
Yeah, it is a beautiful, beautiful area, definitely.
Good stuff, Deb.
Okay.
All right. Listen, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing Chris this morning.
Yep, he'll be there soon.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Deb.
All right. Thanks, JD.
Chris is our delivery guy of the World newspaper, which I love getting. Central Vermont's favorite weekly newspaper, reaching over 22,000 people every single week. Do not miss the digital version online, vt-world.com. I get so many of my community events from the World, one of which is happening tonight, Wing Ding Wednesday over at the VFW, Post 790, right here in the Granite City. Starts at 5 o'clock tonight. We got bingo at the Canadian Club every Thursday at 7 o'clock. So much stuff happening at the American Legion Post 10. I'm trying to keep up with it. I'll post it up as much as I can. I know they had their Tuesday night meal last night, which was amazing. This weekend is going to be nuts. It's just going to be crazy. And I hope that you've got a calendar that is fired up and warmed up and ready, because the stage is going to be set for one hell of a weekend. It is going to be nonstop. And then we got, Mother's Day. Oh my gosh, there's just so much happening. The biggest professional MMA event in the entire region is making its way Saturday. to the DoubleTree by Hilton in South Burlington. We're talking about the Donnybrook Fight Promotion, Reckoning Art of Eight Limbs. This is going to be one hell of a night. I cannot wait. DonnybrookFightPromotions.com. If you haven't yet received or purchased your tickets, can you get them at the door is the million-dollar question. I believe so, but it would be best if you grabbed them ahead of time. DonnybrookFightPromotions.com. It is going to be incredible. I'm going to be like a little kid on Christmas morning. Food and drinks going to be available for purchase, special hotel rates, and so much more. It's going to be amazing. Brummert and I are going to be hanging out. Sherilyn, Lily, we're just going to have a great evening. Also, this coming Saturday, I can't believe this. I can't believe Friday is May 1st. Whew. Saturday, May 2, the Capital Region Central Vermont Special Olympics is hosting their silent auction and their meal. It is going to be a huge fundraiser at the Moutoir in Barrie, bringing together our community to support these local athletes, to celebrate their achievements, and to help ensure that these programs continue to not only stay alive, but to grow, to thrive. It is so much more than just a fundraiser. Please come out if you can. They're going to be serving up. The food is going to go pretty much all day, from 11 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. I'll be there. Cannot wait. Just spoke with this morning with the Central Vermont Chamber of Commerce. They're gearing up and ready for their Chamber Challenge Golf Tournament, which I believe is right on the cusp of being sold out. It does every year. And I might even say this, and we try to warn you as far in advance as possible on this, but if you did not get your team together in time to be part of that on May 8th, by the way, that's a Friday. That's 1 week from this coming Friday. You should give them a ring and get on the call list for next year so that you're part of it. It's going to be amazing. I know they had some rain in the past, but this year on May 8th, looking into the crystal ball, and I'm seeing nothing but sunshine. Speaking of which, we'll have a little bit of sunshine today. The official word, mostly cloudy, and a temperature of around 72. Tonight, the rain comes in, and it's going to be with us all day tomorrow. Will there be a softball game for Lily tomorrow? Who knows? But we do need some rain. We need it badly. It's been so dry. It's been so windy that the fire hazards have been huge. We're going to shift gears this morning because I've got my good friend Whitten Buddington on the air with me. Good morning, Whitten.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, bud, especially that I'm talking with you. I know that I can, when I'm chatting with you, that I can kind of lay back a little bit, have a sip of coffee, and honestly, and just absorb what it is that you're saying. But first off, big good morning to you. It's been a while since I've chatted with you. What in the heck is going on? What is new with Sweethearts and Heroes these days?
Well, the biggest news with Sweethearts and Heroes. I know you've had Pat Fish on a few times, and he and his wife Alyssa had a birthday yesterday, and welcomed Lila Blair Fish.
Wow. Is that guy? Well, first of all, congratulations to both of them. But is that guy not going to be a kick-ass dad or what?
Oh yeah.
Lila just scored a touchdown as far as I'm concerned.
Well, and Alyssa's even more amazing than Pat. So
Never met her, but if she's connected to Pat, got to be kind of a default. That's
Yeah.
so cool, man. Congratulations to both of them. That is amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. So they're very excited and everybody's doing well. And so we're excited for them too, to
Wow.
have a new member of the Sweethearts and Heroes family. So
Absolutely. For a life member.
yep.
My man, what's new with you? What's going on? What's happening? How are you?
I'm doing great. One thing I love about my role with Sweethearts and Heroes is I I can do it remotely. So I'm actually talking to you from Maine right now. So
The
um,
last time I talked with you, hang on now. I'm accessing my pathetic memory bank. It was a warm environment. Is that correct?
yeah, I was down in Hilton Head.
I was going to say South Carolina.
Yep.
There we go. Yeah.
Yep.
And now you're up freezing your tail off up in Maine.
Yep. Yep.
What are you
So
doing? What are you
we're
What are you doing in Maine, bud?
well, my wife's family has a house in Stonington, Maine that we're having some work done on. So we're up here just kind of checking on that progress while we had a window to travel up here and so we're here for the week to make some decisions on a few things for the house and keep the project moving along.
Now you have been a huge hitter. Uh, what is your exact title? I know that you do a lot of the communication, a lot of the booking of schools and
Yeah.
businesses that get connected with the world's number one
Yeah.
youth leadership program. But what's the official title?
My official title is Director of Logistics and School Outreach.
That sounds like Tom made that up.
He did.
Okay. You're a busy guy. You're. This is not a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job.
No, it's what's been interesting for me coming from being in education and working in schools for 32 and a half years before I retired was you get so used to a schedule, right? And
Right.
at 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6, 7 o'clock, whenever I headed home, yeah, I was home. And for a large part, this role now, it doesn't follow a set schedule. I'm connecting with schools when their administrators and teachers are available,
Yeah.
and then Tom gets done presenting, and so then we talk sometimes 5, 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And then in between there, I might have a couple hours to go to the gym or do something, go for a walk or something, or catch up on emails. But it's not that scheduled routine that I had for 32 and a half years. So,
Sure.
but I'm enjoying it. It's different. So
The thing about Sweethearts and Heroes is you just get onto any of their social media, anywhere. You'll see that the content is constantly fresh. You
mhm.
guys are always moving. You're never stagnant. You're always busy. There's always something happening and moving in a forward direction to help not only kids but also adults. I mean, look at what's going on with Sweethearts and Heroes right now with the linemen everywhere.
Yeah. Well, Tom and Rick right now are up in Alaska presenting to linemen and the electrical workers up there. They're up there for the week, and it's incredible. And really, what it is the power of circle,
Yeah.
and people want that connection. And I think in one of our earlier conversations, you and I talked a little bit about those social institutions that we used to have,
Hmm.
whether it was the bowling league or the Elks Club or the VFW or what it was. Those are fading, and we as adults we don't have those opportunities to connect and have those connections. And through that, once it's talking about our feelings and our emotions and how to deal with them. And one thing we know is everybody's dealing with something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that's the power of circle, is having people come together and develop a sense of security where they can share a little bit about what they're doing, and also they can be inspired and make connections with other people that may have already gone through it and can give them somewhat of a path. So
100%. And we've talked about a circle, what circle is here on Wednesdays so much. Basically
mhm.
it's people sitting in a circle, and this is kind of an ancient practice of getting together, of meeting, um, looking each other in the eye, and building communication skills, but also, as you're alluding to, understanding, which is
Mhm.
a lot of us need a ton of that right now. Knowing that you can speak and say whatever you want to say, but not necessarily have someone sit next to you like me, who's going to be a pestering pain in the ass by following up with a million questions. But just knowing that you have that portal, you have that mouthpiece
Mhm.
to say your piece, and the other people that are in that circle are forced to listen and try to understand.
Yeah, and it's not always, it's not things that, like, if you and I were sitting at a pub having a beer, it's not always things that we would normally talk about, right? Um, it's in circle, it's things, it's talking about values. It's,
Mm.
if you have a value of integrity,
Mm-hmm.
that is a theme, that can be a theme for circle. And one of our, as we continue to refine our circle practice, is taking some of those values, and this is some of the work Tom's doing with the linemen. What are the values that companies are living in, and what are the values that people are living in? But you take a value like integrity and you think about what are some idioms that relate to integrity, because idioms are ways that, you know people have taught, how do you behave. Walk to talk
Mm.
is an idiom that relates to integrity, right?
Yeah.
So if we're in a circle and we've got this now, thinking about integrity and thinking about the idiom about walk to talk, and just asking a question about who's somebody that walks the talk,
Mm.
and who's somebody that doesn't, and who's what does it mean to walk the talk? And then, getting into it a little bit deeper, what's a time you found it difficult to walk the talk?
It is so different um, when any of you from Sweethearts and Heroes are sitting down with a bunch of middle schoolers
Mhm.
or high schoolers than it is when you're sitting down with a bunch of adults, especially grown men who, frankly, are extremely tough. These linemen,
Mhm.
being a lineman, frankly, anywhere, you got to be tougher than nails.
Yep.
Throw in some high winds, some sleet, some snow, some ridiculous temperatures, and then turn the lights out, make it all dark. How these linemen up there in Alaska are doing it is
Yeah.
absolutely beyond. It's beyond me. And you guys having these folks all sit down together and communicating is it's remarkable. No one else is doing this, Winton.
No, and it's not just linemen too. It's other adults. We've started working with the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office in New York and their school resource officers. And I know you had Sheriff Smith on, I believe, a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
sharing a little bit about that program. And it's trying to build and spread humanity. It's really, what it comes down to. I think, um, as we work with adults and with students, it's, having that example of a circle around integrity. Students are trying to figure out who they are. What are their values? What are the values that their parents had, what they value?
Mm.
And we need to give kids opportunities to work that struggle
Yeah.
and figure that out. And that's what Circle does for kids in school. But I know a lot of adults that if you say, what are your values? What are those things that you live your life around?
Well,
That adults struggle with that too.
yeah. I mean, we are, you know, we can be selfish. We can be set in our ways. We can get inside of our own heads and be, quite honestly, very stubborn with our belief system. But to be kind of forced, if you will, and I hate to use that word, but to be forced to listen to others and learn
Hmm.
of their perspective can teach us a lot. And we may not say, oh, hey, wow, did I learn a lot? But quietly in our minds, we're thinking about that individual that we heard and their perspective on things.
Yeah,
No matter what it is, no matter what it is.
and I was thinking about perspective when I was listening to your weather report this morning. Mostly cloudy is still a little bit sunny.
Yes.
So, do we want to be looking at that as it's a mostly cloudy day or it's a little bit sunny day?
Yeah. Right.
And that that can totally change um, how we carry ourselves. And
Sure.
when you're in circle and somebody's talking about a challenge that they've overcome, and you're going through a challenge that's similar, and you can start to realize that, oh, I can overcome this.
Yeah.
Somebody else has overcome this. It is something that can be overcome. And you might not have felt that way before you sat down into that circle.
Yeah. Exactly. Willie Nelson said, once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results.
Hmm.
Yeah, man, I hear you. It's what we think becomes who we are, and you've got to try to replace any kind of negative thinking with positive stuff.
Hmm.
I want to talk about Pat a little bit, Pat Fish, who we let off this morning.
Yep.
A brave and circle specialist with Sweethearts and Heroes. He has spent the entire year working with students over at St. Regis Falls Central School District.
Hmm.
Tell me about that experience that Pat has had over there, the impacts that he's had.
So the Brave program that he's been doing at St. Regis Falls, our Brave program is a 6-week program working with older students and building their skills and having them work with younger elementary students
Yeah.
on bully drills and circle. And what was unique about St. Regis Falls in New York is that it's a small school.
Yeah.
There's only like 25, 30 kids in the 10th grade. So usually in schools with our Brave program, we're working with a group of about 18 to 20 selected from kids in the grade. But in St. Regis Falls, every 10th grader was in the program.
Hmm.
And so you had a range of kids that were more outgoing and some that were a little quieter and shy. And it's amazing because it's that 6-week program, because it's developmental and it builds that agency for the students.
Yeah.
They can start wherever they are and grow. So the students that are outgoing, they took a group and started working with them.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the other students that weren't quite as outgoing sat back and observed the first couple times working with younger students. But by the end, they were working with students. And so that it's just so phenomenal to see that growth in kids stepping out of their shells and their comfort zones. And when they see the impact that, you know, a little kid has on them, it's the same impact a little girl had on Rick when she came up to him in a restaurant, and he thought she was going to be scared, and she went back to her grandpa and said, "He's really nice."
Yeah.
That turned Rick's world around.
Yeah. Huge.
You know,
Pivotal moment in his life. I wish he was still in touch with that little girl.
yeah,
But just seeing Pat interact with these students is just so cool, man. You know, and I'm showing a couple of the pictures here
mhm.
of Pat over at St. Regis. And the bully drills, man. I mean, look at this. This is one right now. They actually role play bully drills.
Yeah. We're teaching kids it's a skill to step into a situation and confront something. And unless you practice that, y- it's hard to do. So the whole idea of our bully drills is to model for students the process of taking somebody away from a situation, buddying up to them in a situation, or confronting the situation with your superpower, and giving kids the opportunity to practice that and in a fun, playful manner, because that's where we learn through play. And that's what our bully drills do, and give kids those opportunities to do that and to tap into their superpowers. Because if you want to confront a situation, and I know one of your superpowers is talking, right? So you could go into a situation and just start talking, and that's confronting the situation. My superpower might be I'm a little clumsy, so I could trip into a situation to disrupt the situation that's not a positive one for somebody.
Hmm.
Other people have different superpowers of song or laughter or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what the program helps kids recognize, is their strengths and their powers that they have that they can utilize to be there and help other people.
Yeah. Let's give a shout to Jason Ellis over at Ellis
Oh,
Chevrolet.
yeah, we couldn't the work that we're doing in many schools. I mean, Jason has sponsored us in the past in the Malone School District, and sponsoring the Brave program this year at St. Regis Falls, and also circle visits that are coming up. Pat's going up to Chateauguay in toward the end of May, for circle visits, and those wouldn't be happening without the generosity of Jason and Ellis Chevrolet.
Hmm. That school is that's way up. That's it's up near the border, isn't it?
Yeah, Chateauguay. Yeah,
Yeah. You guys, man, you guys are just moving everywhere. You're all over the place. That is so cool.
yeah. It really, um, and a lot of our, people see our social media, people see the stories, um, oh, and that's what's getting people to reach out. We're in one district in an area, and people hear the impact and know somebody. And I know you had Eric Bizzetto on, from Brewer, New York, or Brewster, New York, and we were just in Irvington, which is where his wife teaches,
Hmm.
doing a presentation. So, it
He was amazing. He's amazing.
oh, yeah, he's taken it and run with it, and that's our goal. That's what we try to encourage when I talk to schools and districts. That's my message is, we're not a presentation. We're not a one and done presentation.
Yeah.
We want to come in, we want to work with you. And the staff at St. Regis Falls that Pat's worked with for 6 weeks can now do this program on their own.
Yeah.
He's modeled it, he's trained a group of kids. Those kids that are sophomores are going to be juniors next year.
Yeah.
The goal is for them to continue in the program and train a new group of 10th grade.
Yeah. The Kennedy Columbus STEP program.
Mm-hmm.
STEP, Student Teacher Empathy Program, which prepares high schoolers to deliver these assemblies to K through 2 and then
And 3 through 5.
3 through 5. Yeah.
Yeah. And we actually had this year our Step 2 program, which was students that had done the STEP presentations in their districts last year, and they went to other districts to present. And it was that we were able to do that.
That's
at
brilliant.
No cost to the other districts. So we had some students from Peru and Shazy and Ticonderoga, I think, present in other elementary schools for other school districts.
And we were talking. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, and things keep growing and evolving. We've got a really fun presentation coming up, a partnership with Tom Verano from Emotion into Art. And he's partnering with Rick on some presentations in schools the first week of June. And I'm excited. We're very excited for those presentations. And I'm hoping Leon can coordinate to get Tom talking to you following those presentations as well, because it's going to be it just takes things in a whole different perspective and a different way to communicate the messages. So.
Yeah, I have that on my calendar, and I gotta get Tom on to talk about that. But what more can you tell us about that Emotion into Art?
Well, I don't want to tell you too much because
yeah,
it's Tom Verano's an artist, and he uses storytelling combined with art, and he creates these images on stage as he's telling stories about the people he's painting portraits of, and their stories and how they've overcome challenges. And the focus of our partnership and collaboration is on hope. So he's going to be doing some portraits of people that have been really people that have spread hope and positive messages. And he's collaborating with Rick on it, and Rick is his story of hope. So it's just going to be, it's an incredible 90-minute presentation that we're excited for the schools that are working with us on it. We're going into 5 districts. A couple districts are actually combining, like Ticonderoga and Crown Point are combining for presentations, and a couple schools in New York are combining as well. So we're excited for it.
And this is not a guy who, when he was a kid, said, "This is what I'm going to do for a living." This just kind of happened.
Yeah, and his story, he's got a great he knew he loved art, and but it wasn't necessarily where he could go originally, but his dad supported him, and he had somebody in his corner that said, "Hey, if that's what you want to do, then do it." And that's what your passion, follow that passion. And so yeah, it's his story and Rick's story and the stories that he tells, it's just going to be a great inspirational presentation for these schools at the end of the school year.
I can't wait to have Tom on talking about this. And we've been chewing the fat a little bit over the phone about it, but man, we're going to be kicking into a different gear talking about this in the coming weeks. Man, is there anything else that you can think of that you want to hit on today? I know that you and I tend to go down a couple of different roads when we're traveling, which is good. And I know that we've got Brian McKeon, who's going to be coming on real soon. Brandon Brutamesso is going to be on the way on Aired Out as well, coming up soon in the month of May. I see Jay Cummings is on the list. Kyle Turner, who is the CEO of Buck, which is going to be that's going to be an interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many. We're so appreciative of you and the opportunity to speak with you and share the messages and with your listeners each Wednesday. And we work with so many incredible people that it just keeps growing. And we don't, the work with the linemen, the works with the sheriff's offices and things, that wasn't something that we had planned.
Right.
That wasn't a strategic business step. These are all things that evolve.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we just try to be open for those opportunities. We're hoping to do some work with Johnson State. They have a summer peer program that we're hoping to do some circle work with their peer mentors this summer.
Wow.
And so it's things that just evolved and we look to take, I don't want to say take advantage, but to follow where we're being led to spread the work, and because we know the message is powerful.
Thing about you guys, every single one of you, and even the non-camera guests that we have yet to have on, like Leon and Abby, who I'm hoping someday will come on. But the thing about all of you is that you genuinely love what you do. This is far from a career. It is far from a job. It is something that you guys have fully embraced, and it is who you are, every single one of you at Sweethearts and Heroes. And you look at Tom, a guy who the difference that he has made in so many lives of children alone, that even so many kids who have not come up to him and spoken directly to him and said, "Thank you, you've had a real impact on me," whatever. It's really remarkable.
Yeah, and that's why I saw the impact in my building. I had a middle school of about 1,100 kids in Penfield, New York, and had Tom and Rick in to present about 6 years in a row, because we saw such the positive impact that it had on our students.
Yeah.
And we were able to take then that and build off of that. And it was a great school to work with, but these messages were what really kind of built the foundation of our school culture.
Yeah. Great stuff, man. I love you guys so much. I've said this before. I hope someday we can all find a hotel together and rent out the conference room and have our own circle down there. Just with just within our own family of sweethearts and heroes would be amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, thanks so much for coming
Thank
on.
you.
Whitney,
Appreciate the time.
it's always a pleasure to chat with you, my man. And I hope to meet you someday. I don't know how many times you've been on. You've probably been on half a dozen times at least. Hope to meet you, man. I hope to meet you. Enjoy the rest of your time in Maine.
It'll happen, and enjoy your partly sunny day.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is a partly sunny day. It's the way you got to look at it. Well, it's the way you should at least try to look at it. This partnership that we have had with Sweethearts and Heroes has been such a gift to not only many listeners and many schools, but to me personally, and has forced me to carry on the rest of my, not only my day, but the rest of my week with the mindset of doing the most good and being a positive influence. No matter if it's your own kid or if it's anyone in your community, just doing the right thing, or at least trying to. We're not perfect, but man, we should keep trying. Rex Thompson.
Yeah, I set up that fight between me and Tom Murphy.
Yeah,
Absolutely not. I enjoy life way too much.
Tom, and you know, I think Tom's.
I'd hate to get beat up by such a nice guy too.
Tom's. I think he's. Well, he might be a little older than you, but not by much. But he'd still.
We're close to the same age. I'm 53.
All right.
We came up through the wrestling. I met Tom first through wrestling because I was coaching for BYSA back then, and he used to do the mentor speeches and stuff at all the wrestling tournaments. Super good dude.
That's how
Matter
you
of fact,
met him,
I was in. Oh yeah, a bunch of times. Plus, I train at United Fighting Arts Institute with Chris Ballard and Deb Ballard. He's good friends with them.
Wow.
I actually was in Pulaski, New York, in a little dive bar. I went out there to visit a friend of mine. It's where the Salmon River is. And I sat down at the little table, and I looked to my left, and there was a signed UFC picture of Tom Murphy. Out in the middle of nowhere. I was like, this is awesome.
Wow. Rex, tell me about Saturday, man. I mean, there's so much to unpack here, but the DoubleTree is going to be alive.
Yeah, we're trying to. So this is the most amount of tickets we've ever sold ahead of time. We've already sold out the VIP tables, most of the VIP seats. We've sold about 500 tickets already ahead of time. We pre-sales, we always sell like our VIP tables and stuff. But as far as general admission tickets go, 175 tickets ahead is usually the max that we do. So to sell 500 tickets already pre-sale is pretty crazy.
Wow. Well, you're smack dab in the heart of Burlington, right there, Chittenden County. You got a huge population, and you guys are Donnybrook Fight Promotions is growing. Period. Bottom line. And now you've got the DoubleTree by Hilton hosting this, which is tremendous, man. Big kudos to them, and big congratulations to Donnybrook Fight Promotions for making this so huge. You've got some partnerships here. You've got some relationships that are kind of new. One of them is with our military.
Yeah, the Air National Guard. So the Air National Guard is one of our new advertisers. I'm pretty sure that all of the guards are going to do it. We're still in negotiations with them because they have different protocols on how they want to pay. Like some of them want 90-day net, stuff like that. It's just different. But the Air National Guard was the first one. They said, hey, we'll show up. We'll bring our honor guard. So this is the first time we're going to have the honor guard that's going to be there inside the ring. This is the first time that we're doing it inside of a competition boxing ring. This particular show is all kickboxing and Muay Thai.
Okay.
So it's going to be just super, super exciting. Plus, it's inside of a brand new 12,000 square foot ballroom. And if we outgrow that, then across this, just down the road, is the UVM Stadium, just like Combat Zone did. Combat Zone started inside of the hotels, with Calvin Cater and his family. I don't know if Calvin Cater's from the UFC, but his family owns Combat Zone. So they did the same thing. They worked there until they grew out of it. They're right at SNHU University.
Wow.
So, and that's kind of like the same thing that we're doing. They moved into Manchester and we moved into Burlington. And I'm actually good friends with all of them guys, Jerome and all them. Jerome was supposed to fight. He got an injury. So, but he's the matchmaker for Combat Zone. Plus they have 6 Hour down there. I'm good friends with Gavin Wageman and all those guys.
Let's talk about injuries, because as a promoter, Donnybrook Fight Promotions, you're a matchmaker and so much more. But you've got these fighters who are training so hard, working so hard, and sometimes, as we get close to the date, things happen, injuries happen that were not expected, and you get what? Phone calls, right?
So yesterday, Monday, 6:30 in the morning, I got a text message from a coach, said, "Hey, main event fighter went for a run this morning because they're not doing any sparring. Nobody should be getting injured this week. Nobody should be getting injured. Matter of fact, last week they should have started their light sparring to no sparring. This week, no sparring. It's just all cardio, running, pad work. So there's no chance of injuries." I get a text Monday morning. "Hey, we started this. We booked 17 fights when we started." So, and we do that purposely because you always have drops, you always have injuries, and you want to make sure that you can fill a card, especially with the way the legislation is with the state of Vermont. It's really hard. You can't just replace people last minute and get them licensed and all that.
Wow.
So Monday morning, 6:30 in the morning, I get a text, "Hey, my guy went out for a run, stepped on something, kind of twisted his foot. He can't put any weight on it. I'm hoping it's just a compression. I'll let you know when he gets back. Just needs a little ice. Will be good to go for Saturday." Then I got a message, "Hey, his foot's broke." He broke the outside 5th metatarsal on a run. Just a freak accident. Then I had another kid. He kicked a bag. Same day, broke his toe. Just doing that. So, but with that said, the main event, it was not Liam McNeil. Liam McNeil is still fighting. We switched that fight. Liam McNeil, I don't know if a lot of people know this. He is the ISKA New England small glove champion. He's also the Donnybrook 145-pound big glove champion. Now he's going to jump up and fight Ali Abdulrazak at 155. So this man is going to go through 3 weight classes and see how he does.
Liam McNeil has...
It's crazy.
Yeah. He has brought the crowd to its feet at the auditorium.
Oh, yeah. He fought a battle, him and Matthew Hayes from Granite City MMA. Those two
I
went at
remember
it
well.
for 5 rounds. That was a good fight, too.
Yeah.
At this point, I think Liam has surpassed that because he's just constantly in the gym. I think he's 8-0 at this point.
Wow.
Yeah. And he fights all the time.
What about folks that have yet to purchase tickets for Saturday's event? DonnybrookFightPromotions.com.
Yes, super simple. Just DonnybrookFightPromotions.com. Everything is right there. If you can't make it to the show or it gets sold out, you can always watch the pay-per-view. Everything is one click on our website. You can watch the pay-per-view from our website. All the fighter forms are on there. The links to your national MMA IDs, your Vermont licensing. We put everything in one spot on our website to make it super simple for people.
All right. How much are tickets, and what time do people arrive?
Doors open at 5. Fights start at 6 up there.
Okay.
General admission tickets are $70 a piece. We have front row tables. Those are $649, and that seats 6 people. Second row is $549. Same thing, sits 6 people. Then we have individual seating at $125 a piece for VIP seating. I believe all of those are sold out, and we only have general admission left.
And
But the general admission, think about it. The general admission is all padded chairs. We're not talking about old folding chairs.
Yeah.
or bleachers. This is all updated, really nice cushioned seats, and general admission is coming. It's not assigned seating.
Is service included on those tables?
No.
Okay.
You do have to get up and get your. We loved Gusto's for that.
Yeah.
But they don't have the staff to waitress it,
Okay.
and it's like an extra $2,000 just to have a waitress. So,
all right. But still, food and drink will be available.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
What about special hotel rates? What if people want to come? They want to have a couple of drinks. They want to yell and scream and have fun, and then stay overnight.
We are working on that, but right now the hotel's having a little bit of difficulty because they added on that big, huge addition, and that inventory is not in there. So everything is So I'm going to get that squared away today, but right now they're showing everything is sold out. But there's so many hotels right around there. We're in Burlington.
All right. If you get any updates on that, Rex, will you get it right on to the aired out page?
100%.
Okay.
Hey, I love what Tom's doing with the Sweethearts and kids and stuff like that. I actually just met with Washington County Mental Health. Just rented me a spot to work with troubled teens with using martial arts. Right in Barrie.
Keep going.
I start next Wednesday. So it's a
wow.
It's a martial arts mentorship. So we take these kids that are, they have mentors. They have, I don't know what they call them. The when Washington County Mental Health, takes care of these kids and does counseling with them all day. I can't be, what are they, BMs or something? I don't remember what it's called.
Behavior management?
Yes. So what I do is I take these kids in a private lesson, and we go and we train for an hour and a half. After that hour and a half of training, of hard training, then we talk. I just let them talk.
Yeah.
That's it. Especially more with working with boys. Young boys, the last thing they want to do, and how do I know? Because I sat in therapy as a kid. The last thing I want to do is sit with a big ball of energy and sit with a counselor and try to talk about my feelings.
Yeah.
When I can talk about my feelings, when I'm drained, tired, and I got all that stuff out.
Being a behavior interventionist is probably one of the toughest jobs I could think of. Got to be up there, top 10 for sure.
So we're doing the same thing this Saturday and next Saturday. This Saturday there's no Dante because of the fights. We'll have him next Saturday. So that's staying. I'm still taking care of Dante, but now I'm gonna start adding in teens that they would never have access to this.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of kids out there that need it.
Yeah.
And I come from a tough background. I come from being poor, so I can relate to these kids. A lot of these kids, I know their parents and stuff. So I've been part of this community for hundreds of years. So it's easier for me to relate. A lot of people, like, maybe coming in don't understand the culture of Barrie or the certain families and stuff like that, and I understand that. So it's easier for me to mentor.
Sure.
And help these guys out, man. There's just nothing to do around here, except get in trouble. And I know that because I got myself in a lot of trouble hanging out around here. The only thing that saved my life was joining the Army at 17.
Listen, Saturday is going to be amazing.
It is. You and Sherilyn are going to be there, right?
Of course we're going to be there.
She already hit me up. Me and her been talking.
Really?
Oh, we're online. I'm so glad I remembered we're on live.
Like late night talking, or
yes, absolutely. That's the only time I talk to Cheryl.
Okay.
After you go to bed.
Oh, okay.
That's when we figure things out.
Figure things out. Donnybrook Fight Promotions on Facebook. The Reckoning, the Art of the Eight Limbs.
The Art of Eight Limbs.
We are just a couple of days away, man. This is so exciting. If you don't have your tickets,
10 fights. It's
10 fights.
Super
all right.
Exciting. Yep.
If you don't have your tickets, get them. DonnybrookFightPromotions.com. And if you want to do the pay-per-view, DonnybrookFightPromotions.com. That's where you want to go. 5 o'clock.
100%.
5 o'clock doors. 6 o'clock fights start. I can't wait, man.
I'm so excited.
And you know, Glenn Brummert is like foaming at the mouth here.
Good for Glenn. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
This is like Christmas 3 times a year for him.
I know it is. I know. Thanks for coming on, Rex.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, my man.
Yeah, love you, buddy. It's just going to be an amazing weekend, and this is just one of several things that are happening this weekend. Want to give a plug here for Optical Expressions. You know, as I've told you so many times, these glasses that I'm wearing right here, made by Will over at Optical Expressions, one of our longtime presenting sponsors. Great people. They take such good care of you. And it's not just Mark Liepert. It's Tim. It's everyone over there. They treat you like gold. It is never too late to say, hey, I might want to get an eye exam. I might want to just get things checked out. Preventative maintenance is what I call it. It's big. It's important. Get over there, 4th floor of the Blanchard Block in their new location. You hop in the elevator, you hit 4, bang, you're right there. Get an appointment for an eye exam. It's quick, it's painless, it's thorough, and you don't know. Those glasses that you're wearing now might be, we get older. Time goes by. They may not be working as well for you as well as you think they are. Optical Expressions, right here in the heart of the Granite City. There's so much going on this weekend. I'm looking at the calendar here. I am going to be posting up some stuff here in just a little bit to give you more of a heads up so that you can start making your plans. How's the lawn? Is it growing? You ready for some mowing? If you want to leave it up to the pros, leave it up to Gauthier's Quality Grounds and Maintenance. They'll take good care of you. They've been a presenting sponsor since 2018 when we started this whole thing at Aired Out. Get in touch with them. I believe they may have a few more avails for mowing customers for the summer. Jason Gauthier, Gauthier's Quality Grounds and Maintenance. Taking inquiries now. They'll give you an estimate. They'll take very good care of you. They've been mowing and trimming my property for, 8 years? Something like that. Mowing Man in VT at yahoo.com or 505-8041. Find them on Facebook, too. They got a freaking awesome Facebook page now. Gauthier's Quality Grounds and Maintenance. Be well. Take good care. We will catch you tomorrow morning. Kate Alberghini. Yeah, that Kate from Greenup, Vermont. On the air tomorrow morning. And maybe even our Lieutenant Governor, John Rogers. We're going to have some fun tomorrow morning. Don't miss it. Right here, where you are now, on Aired Out.